more than a failure at the tactical level of intelligence not coming in time and not being acted upon. There is a manifest political failure at the very highest level. And that failure stems from this belief and approach which you have, when you said have they begun to believe that on rhetoric and so on. That political failure is that the whole approach to the valley, to J&K, 370, Pakistan, is completely and fundamentally flawed. And they have convinced themselves that this is the way that violence and terrorism is going to end. This is the way that so-called normalcy is going to be restored. You had elected chief ministers, former elected chief ministers under house arrest for a year and a half. You think that's going to get you security? Do you think that was even remotely justified from a law and order point of view? So you can do that on the one hand. You try to have civil protests that target a government functionary or target the central government in Sri Lanka. Good luck in being able to even get 5 feet, have a protest march even 5 meters down the road. But you can have 1,000 tourists entering a place, and then you say, well, we didn't know the meadow was open. What kind of Mickey Mouse operation are you running? And I think that the third element or layer of the political failure is that, you were supposed to restore full statehood of J&K. And that means that then the elected government, which is the primary stakeholder, in whom people have reposed their faith and trust, will then assume responsibilities with the support of the union government, no doubt. But everything you've done has been to undermine the elected government. So you have a law and order. Amit Shah goes to Srinagar 3 days before Pahalgam. You have a law, and you have a meeting with him on other issues. And when it's time to discuss law and order, you say, okay, Tata, goodbye. And then you have an all-party meeting, and you say, I'm not going to call national conference because you have some rule that MPs, you have to have minimum of 5 MPs. So this kind of, absurd political, handling by Mr. Modi, and the buck stops with him. The buck stops with him and with Mr. Amit Shah. And Dr. Kumar is absolutely right. I mean, people said things about the earlier dispensation and their inability to handle, and Shivraj Patil and so on. But this man's failure is staring you in the face, and you didn't even need Kashmir to remind you of that. Manipur, years of Manipur.